Okay, so in this video, let's talk about the Chromia chain, why it can go on an upward trend. Okay, so let's talk about the Chromia chain, which, let me break the news for you, is going to release its mainnet. Okay, so the Chromia chain is going to launch its mainnet. Okay, so now let's talk about the Chromium chain. Okay, so if you see on a 1-year duration of your Chromium chart, you can just see that your Chromium chain, the lowest it has gone is around 0.10 cents, you can say, and right now it went on a big upwards trend because of the launch of the Chromium chain is more probably going to come. And right now if you see, your Chromium chain is around over here, which is 0.29 cents. Okay, so the mainnet is not going to launch like today or tomorrow. It's going to take some days. Okay, so we have time to accumulate this token. Okay, so now let's talk what is this Chromium chain. Okay, so you can just watch this video. Will have a complete detail on what the Chromium chain talks about. Okay, so now I'll play.
Since the early days of blockchain, Chromia's 3 visionary founders have been pushing the boundaries of Web3 technology, contributing influential research on proof of stake, and building the Colored Coins tokenization protocol on Bitcoin. Blockchains are primitive and experimental compared with databases, which power most of the world's technology. That's why, in 2019, our founders set out to build Chromia, a Layer 1 platform that combines the decentralization of blockchain with the efficiency of relational databases. Traditional blockchains record information in a list format, making it difficult to store and manage complex datasets on-chain. Due to these limitations, many dApps and blockchain projects rely on centralized servers, third-party indexing, and data availability layers to function correctly. Chromia addresses these limitations by fundamentally changing the structure of blockchain data and recording it in linked relational tables. This innovation, which we call relational blockchain, makes it possible to query data directly on-chain, perform hundreds of read and write operations with a single transaction, and index block data in real time. The result is a highly scalable modular Layer 1 that can support its own native dApps, while also providing decentralized database and storage solutions for Web3 projects and Web2 companies. dApps deployed on Chromia are powered by RHEL, our 4th-generation blockchain language that offers enhanced security while allowing developers to code up to 10 times faster compared to competing languages. Chromia excels at any application that...
Okay, so if you'll see the video, you'll know what is Chromia. And if you didn't understand, here is a small info on what is Chromia. Okay, so Chromia is an L1 which uses this relation blockchain. Okay, so it has this different set which has a different structure of how information is taken. Okay, with this being a relation blockchain with a modular framework. Okay, so as you all know that most of the modular blockchain is kind of pumping the modular narrative. You can say that more probably all the coins that have the modular structure is pumping, right? So this also is one of the modular framework. Okay, so now let's read this other line. It can handle huge data sets and combine the decentralization of blockchain with efficiency of traditional database. Okay, using this relation blockchain. Okay, so now let's see when is the mainnet going to get launched. Okay, so let me zoom closer so I can see carefully. Code freeze, final, testnet, and mainnet launch. Okay, so most of the people are there in this video to know the exact dates. Okay, so let's talk on that. Okay, so I just read this. We need to read this. This is important. I am pleased to announce an important milestone in development of Chromia. All components which are necessary for Chromia mainnet are now featured complete. This means that we can transition into the final phase before the mainnet launch. Full system testing and audit. This phase is known as code freeze, as we put focus on intense testing rather than on feature development. Okay, so as you all just heard, they are in their final phase before the mainnet launch, which is here. The final phase before the mainnet is full system testing and audit. Okay, so right now they are in this full system testing and audit, which is also known as code freeze. Okay, so this is the code freeze. Okay, so what happens now? The process can be broken down into 3 stages. Okay, so we don't need to go to all the 1 stage, 2 stage. Okay, so 1 and 2 stage is just testing. Okay, and the last stage which you all need to know, which is about the mainnet. After assessing the result of in incentive testing and the audit process are department, C-level department, marketing, business development, etc. will coordinate to set and announce an official mainnet launch. Okay, so now you will be saying how long will it'll take for them to announce the mainnet, right? Even I was thinking that how long will it take, but they've given over here. Okay, so let's just scroll this up. Currently, we estimate that a 2 months period would be sufficient for testing and audit. If issues found during the testing do not require large code updates, mainnet launch will follow shortly after. But of course, it's impossible to predict the result of testing ahead of time. Okay, so as you just heard that it'll take around estimate of around 2 months period for intense testing, and then after you can say that they'll announce on their official accounts on their Twitter that when their mainnet will get launched, and more probably there'll be a hype. So you can say that we'll have a month's time. Okay, so this was released, you can say this blog was released on April 29th. Okay, so right now it's May. If they do their full intense testing, you can say after the mainnet will launch, so you can say May, June, anywhere between end of June, you can say that they'll have their mainnet announcing date. Okay, so now let's talk about why also it will have that big pump. Okay, so if you all know that Animoca brand joins Chromia provider network. Okay, so let me zoom this, and if most of you all don't know who is Animoca Brands, if you all know that, see that Animoca brand a leader in blockchain gaming. Okay, so this Animoca brand also is kind of their provider network, which will kind of have that hype around this blockchain, this layer 1 relation blockchain. Okay, so let's see here. If you see here, they kind of have this part that they have where Chromia as a network provider. Okay, so Animoca brand joins Chromia as a network provider. Okay, so this will have a big hype, you can say. Okay, so now let's talk about the price, what price we need to watch to buy it. Okay, so if you see here, we know that the lowest you can say is 0.9 cents, which we more probably not get since they're kind of releasing their mainnet. Okay, so if you see here, I'll just put it on the full screen, the CHR chart. So if you see here, buying, you can say the cheapest you can buy anywhere, even in this phase. If you have 0.24 cents, the cheapest you can say is at this support. Okay, because if you see, even the previous pump started from this support, you can see here, right? The previous pump started from this support, which is around 0.24 cents. Even buying at 0.29 cents would not be a bad idea, but buying anywhere here would be a good entry, you can say, because you know that right now 2 months is kind of, say May, June, anyway June or July they'll start announcing the dates, you can say, of the mainnet launch. Okay, so if you like content like this, just hit a like button, hit the subscribe button, so you don't miss updates like this, and you all will be ready before the mainnet launch to kind of sell it. Okay, so that's it for a crypto video. If you like content like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ping the notification bell on so you don't miss content like this and you're early to watch. Okay, so peace out, crypto fam.